Hello there, and greetings from the multinational people of Russia and representatives of its various ethnic groups that contribute into respective language sections of Wikimedia projects. This presentation is made on behalf of Wikimedia Languages of Russia community. We are members of Wikimedia Russia, various language and region-specific user groups, participants of Caucasus, Finno-Ugric, Turkic, and other interlanguage and cultural initiatives within Wikimedia movement. In the upcoming 1200 seconds, we will introduce you to our worlds, give you a glimpse of our wiki experience, share our practices, and should you get interested, we will invite you to take a closer look to learn more and start cooperating. We will stress experiences of the non-dominant languages of the Russian knot, for the purposes of time, not covering the treasure troves of Azerbaijani, Finnish, Kazakh, Russian, and Ukrainian editions. Celtic Knot Conference program includes talks by prominent Wikidata experts, so we will skip this side as well. We are to share cases proving that Wikimedia movement is a Noah's Ark for languages, related ethnocultural identities, and respective communities, that it gives all languages in the universe a chance to be used as an interface for various navigation systems and various local e-government services already sometime soon, and later in speeches at Intergalactic Security Council meeting, some moment, that it demonstrates that cultural heritage accumulated by ancestors of specific peoples is indeed our common treasure, and that it has practical value for all humans of today and tomorrow, and that collaboration is more effective than trying to do it alone. I will now pass the baton to Oleg from our North Caucasus user group.
Hello, my name is Oleg Kabarnikov. I want to give an overview of Wikipedia editions in the languages of peoples of Russia. Here they are. As you can see, and I highlighted this in different colors, almost 30 editions are represented by 5 language families: Indo-European, Altai, including both Turkic and Mongolic languages, Uralic, Nakh-Dagestanian, and Northwest Caucasian or Abkhaz-Adygi families. I did a sorting according to the rating of the 1000 articles every Wikipedia should have project. The following table shows the 37 Wikipedia projects in the Wikimedia incubator. I didn't include in the table some projects that don't have at least one normal stub. Here we can see languages related to the Uralic, Altai, Chukotko-Kamchatkan, Indo-European, Eskimo, Aleut, Nakh-Dagestanian, Northwest Caucasian families, as well as one isolate Nif language. In 3 editions, the number of created articles has long exceeded 1,000, but they still cannot be approved by the language committee due to the small number of active, especially native editors. On slide 4, you can see many tables with the population of the regions of southern Russia by ethnic groups. Despite the great linguistic diversity, not all those peoples have their own Wikipedia edition, and some don't even have an edition in incubator. Here we can see a map of the eastern part of the North Caucasus with the high density of different languages. The arrows mark those languages that have their own incubator edition, and these are only the languages of the Nakh-Dagestanian family, without Turks and Indo-Europeans. After a complete removing of administrators' access in early 2013, the Chechen Wikipedia began to develop actively. At the moment, this is the second Wikipedia in the number of articles in Russia, now 273,000 articles in the edition. This is 170 times more than at the beginning of 2013. The main hero of these successes is user Tahirgeran Umar. In 2017, another active editor of the Chechen edition, geography teacher Said Misarbiev, took part in the Wiki conference in Moscow. Ossetian Wikipedia opened in February 2005. In the last years, there are not many editors in the edition. User Amiketso is a linguist from St. Petersburg, Vyacheslav Ivanov. He can be regarded as the founder of the Ossetian Wikipedia. I am administrator of the Lesgi Wikipedia. At the time of opening in March 2012, it had less than 500 articles and now exceeds 4,000. The founding member are user from DAC and Mihraoui. In the first place by the number of articles and edits is the user Aslan Hasiev. Among active users is journalist Murat Shakhmedov, Mugerganets. As for the other North Caucasian editions, they are experiencing big problems with the participants. For example, since 2011, only 19 articles have been created in the LAK Wikipedia. Here we can see Bashkir Wikipedia, Chuvash, Vepsian, Komi, and this is the second part, Udmurt Wikipedia, and we can see a few activity in Komi Permyak Wikipedia. Well, Zaytuna will tell you about the Bashkir Wikipedia much more than I can do. In November 2015, the Wikimedians of Bashkortostan user group was created. Its core is Wikigrannies group. So if you want to solve the problem of the gender gap, ask Wikigrannies. In October 2010, 2 editions were created in the Mari languages. The creator of the Western Hill Mari Wikipedia, Valery Alikov Tsikma, died in 2016, and this turned out to be disastrous for the edition. We can see it on the graph. The main activist of the Eastern Middle Mari Wikipedia, Andrei Chemushov, has been the organizer of many forums and seminars. The activity in the Moksha Wikipedia is rather low, but at the Wikipedia in another Moldovan language, Erzya, the situation is much better. Erzyans created in 2017 their own user group, thanks to the administrator of the Erzya Wikipedia, journalist Andrei Petrov. Here's the Tatar Wikipedia. By the way, if someone forgot, Farhat was declared Wikimedian of the Year in 2018. In Siberia and the far east of Russia, there are formally 4 Wikipedia editions. However, the Yiddish Wikipedia is mainly developed by foreign users. In the Yakut Wikipedia, or Saha Wikipedia, a rather large community has developed under the leadership of Nikolai Pavlov. You could see them at the video greeting. In 2013-14, I was an administrator of the Buryat Wikipedia, but retired after a native speaker of the Buryat language started to participate in the project. Since then, the Buryat Wikipedia has been developing mainly through the efforts of one participant, Erdem Lamazhapov. Finally, the Tuvan Wikipedia, founded in 2013 by the programmer Ali Kujuget. Since 2019, Tuvan editors have become active participants of the Wikimedia Russia article contests. They have plans to create a new Tuvan user group. Well, thank you for your attention.
Let's now speak about key practices from the Russian knot. Here are principal groupings that we found particularly important for us. We will show you examples for each one of them. More details are available at the talk page of this presentation on Meta, also accessible following the short w.wiki/VPH link at the bottom of each slide. Now, let's see them all for ourselves. Since 2012, we make sure our neighboring Wikimedians hear about our communities and issues. So we now have a dedicated conference section. Next step has taken place in 2014 and 2015 when Finno-Ugric and Bashkir communities launched our regional seminars. These are usually co-organized. So this year we had 5th Ugric and 7th overall with our languages participation in January. On wiki activity monitoring, analysis of resulting trends and recognition of individual and language section achievements is another important activity of ours. Small wikis often don't have technical skills or human resources to take care of a lot of infrastructural work, and they need support. Communication is vital, and different people hear different channels, so we use them. Our country chapter is doing a lot to help. Among other things, its wiki page preaches multilingualism in many places. This was soon followed by multilingualism project of Russian Wiki News. A few languages already have respective front pages there, as well as a lot of other infrastructure, as you see, but one can publish in any language, straight in the main space without technical burdens of going through the incubator, as long as that article has a qualifying copy in Russian. Each language community of ours has its unique conditions, strengths, and needs, so their approaches vary. But all of us have to address similar categories of challenges going forward. One of them is that our older generation, as well as majority of adults, do not understand, speak, or write any English. So translation and interpretation into auxiliary languages matters. Of course, we are trying to do this using our community resources, but a chapter, Wikimedia Foundation, and other stakeholders' help would be clearly appreciated. COVID-19 helped us, indeed, so to start scheduling regular online group video calls, and those proved very useful. Anybody speaking Russian is welcome. Now my colleague from Bashkir Wikipedia will give you a brief description of some of the latest community activities of theirs. Wikipedia is more than just an encyclopedia. This is a platform allowing people from various corners of the world that represent diverse nations and ethnic groups speaking different languages to establish own language section of this global undertaking and use respective opportunities to their community's benefits. Let's take a look on how it can be used by people that love and care for their language. Wikimedians of Bashkortostan are actively participating in writing 1,000 and 10,000 articles that every language should have. Those inspired us to prepare similar must-have article lists about Bashkortostan and the Bashkir people. Now, this turned into an important project. This past year, these lists have been assembled together and published under the title of Bashkortname. We did this ahead of the first All-Russia Congress of Bashkir language teachers. What do these lists contain? First of all, these include all things about language, linguistics, and important scholars of Bashkir. Another dimension is, of course, literature. Respective list contains our renowned Bashkir classics authors, as well as lists of past and current members of the Union of Bashkortostan Writers. Here we particularly stress individuals recognized as people's writers and poets of Bashkortostan. We also have a separate list of their works included into the curricula for Bashkir language and literature classes in secondary school. This document is meant to be used in our interaction with education system institutions as part of the secondary or supplementary education program activities. We have developed a conceptual framework for this project and we have to implement it in the future. We also have lists of articles for creation in the dimension of culture. These include all theaters and museums of Bashkortostan, famous artists and actors, those recognized by Bashkortostan distinguished titles, state medals, and awards. We are now working on them improving these. We have also prepared a list of all personalities described in Bashkir Encyclopedia. I'd also like to mention that the main page of Bashkir Wikipedia has a rubric called Anniversary Present for Wikipedia. This one shows names of Bashkortostan individuals having their birthday on the day. Red links there call on regular editors or any readers to volunteer to make a special Wikipedia article present to those individuals. Another direction is a wiki list of USSR's legendary World War II era 112th Bashkir Cavalry Division warriors that everyone in Russia knows well. We have completed it just recently and will soon be introducing for article creation and improvement in the framework of Eternal Memory Project. We hope that their descendants and relatives, as well as wider public, will engage in this project, creating and improving materials about our heroes, whilst contributions that are not yet matching Wikipedia's guidelines can be moved to Wikibooks.
In 2018, before the Wikimedia in Cape Town, with the help of my colleagues, I produced a video greetings from the Wikimedians of Russia.
Россия многонациональная страна, и Wikimedia.ru решила записать видеоролик с приветствиями от представителей разных народов и культур нашей страны участникам Wikimedia.
Шумрачевички Викселда, Монлемем Петряне Андио, Демона, Эрзянь Кельсе, Викимедиань Ветней Пурнауксонь, Вети Бипряв. Мон Паромельсе, Кучан, Викиманиань, Эрва Одаму Мастерство Пурнауксонь, Ки Састь Пинкьонов, Паромель де Паруважодима. Паруважодима де Паромельсе, Леди Шумбрат, Пастумас.
Each one here, zit waar asset door Somalia, zal is giving medenia, chow, is give of his wife, how some of what's a white skillata, Jimatina, Equalasava. Keep town dot refiswai, Wikimania din, Utahri Saron, Yuritsan Verguai, Конференция Мифятавайди, Агавна Авайди Хуай.
Кейптаун Викиманияһында катнашучы хөрмәтле ирекмәндәр. Башкортстан Вики өлкәләре исеменнән һидде конференция асылу белән кайнар котлыйм. Барыгызга ла һаулык, бәхеттәр теләйм. Кешелектә булган барлык белем, мәгълүматты интернет аша яңа технологик юллар белән гадел таратуды, Википедияның җитешмәгән өлешләрен уңышлы тулыландыруыгызды теләйм. Уңышлы үтһен Кейптаун Викиманияһы.
Хәерле көн, минем исемем Тимерхан, һәм мин сезгә Татарстаннан һәм Татар Википедиясеннән кайнар сәлам җибәрәм. Инде 2 елдан артык без уникаль Совет Вики мәктәбен проектка чынга ашырабыз һәм шул проект кысаларында без яшь буынны Википедия һәм аеруча Татар Википедиясендә эшләүгә өйрәтәбез.
Здравствуйте, друзья! Меня зовут Дмитрий Жуков, я представляю Донскую группу википедистов. От лица Донской группы википедистов я желаю всем удачной Вики-конференции и позитивного настроения.
Оннан бу Викимания курдук улахан буньяга терилбит юар Вики-хиттерен бараларыгат улахан мактал. Онна андай дуттан мустубут Вики-хиттерге беге апыдыттан гук кудуттан ярарда. Онна милагатигер дучидигилери. Буруй болгон. Буруй! Айхал! Буруй! Айхал!
Remote meetings is better than nothing, but we hope to soon be able to meet you offline as well. See ya!